Super Mario Odyssey is finally here, and players from around the world are enjoying the incredible gameplay, beautiful visuals, and wealth of moons to collect. It's no surprise that the speedrunning community has already latched onto Odyssey and are discovering brand new ways to push Mario's latest adventure to the limit. If you've been thinking about taking a crack at speedrunning Super Mario Odyssey, here are 5 essential speedrunning tips to get you started. Alright, let's start with the basics. Super Mario Odyssey introduces Cappy, which adds a new element to the movement not previously seen in earlier generations of the series. You can familiarize yourself with all of the movement options Mario and Cappy have to offer by pausing the game, heading down to Action Guide, and then Basic Actions. It's here that you'll find a list of all the new abilities, along with a short demonstration video for each. In addition to that, you'll need a good understanding of how Mario will react in different situations. Playing through the game in its entirety at least once can really help with this learning curve. Learning and memorizing where to go and which moon to get next can be daunting. Because of its ever-changing routes, faster ways to obtain moons are constantly being found. This means that learning the optimal route right away may not be the best option for you as a new player. Methods used to collect certain moons can vary greatly in difficulty, so you should take this into consideration when deciding which route to take initially. As you develop your skills as a speedrunner, you can transition to the more optimal route. Remembering which moon to get next will eventually become second nature after enough practice. During your first few attempts, you could write out some notes as a reminder to help guide you. Thankfully, there are many great resources out there that take you through the run step by step. Check out the video description for a link to the Super Mario Odyssey tech sheet. When you begin to start utilizing your routes, you may find some of the tricks difficult, which leads to the next point. Practice is not only an essential component when starting out, but something that needs to be done constantly regardless of your skill level. Allowing time to practice technical moves for each individual moon can yield big rewards. Be sure to allow additional time for the extra difficult moons to avoid getting caught during your timed runs. There's nothing worse than being 2 to 3 hours into a run and have it go bad because you haven't practiced later stages. When practicing for your speedrun, remember it's not vital you collect the moons in the most optimal way initially. It's okay to take time to build up to the more difficult moves and tricks. They will also feel easier to execute as your understanding of the game grows over time. Optimization is something that usually develops over time with lots of practice. Learning the fastest way to move Mario around the courses and implementing it into your speedrun is a great way to start though. Using motion controls in Super Mario Odyssey is something that can't be turned off, and for good reason. Nintendo has combined motion with traditional control as Mario's fastest movement option. Here are a few moves that'll give you a faster, more agile Mario. By shaking the controller or Joy-Con while rolling, you'll gain additional speed and also have a short burst of run speed once you finish rolling. Shaking your controller is also the fastest way to get Mario to climb things, and it allows for more precise cap throws. Long jumping is different when compared to previous generations of the game. With the addition of Cappy, Nintendo decided to remove Mario's ability to wall kick or ledge grab immediately after a long jump. However, you can get around this by throwing Cappy before contacting a wall. Optimizing your movement can really help shave off those precious seconds, particularly as you improve your personal best. Before you tackle your first Odyssey speedrun, trying out the post-game Koopa races can be a great way to test your newly developed skills against players from around the world. Once you complete the game, you'll find a Koopa appear in each stage. Talk to it, and it will ask you to race to a predetermined finish line located somewhere in the level. These races all have a built-in timer and also come with a dedicated leaderboard for each level. To access the leaderboard, simply press A on the green screen beside the Koopa, and you'll be able to compare your personal best against everyone else's. Achieving a top time in the Koopa races won't be easy though. With players from around the world vying for that #1 spot, a 1/10 of a second can have a big impact on your leaderboard position. The most important thing to remember when speedrunning a game is just have fun. People have spent thousands of hours running their favorite games, so make sure before you take it on, it's a game you thoroughly enjoy and don't mind playing over and over and over. Interested in seeing more about speedrunning? Make sure you check out 9 amazing tricks speedrunners use when playing Super Mario 64, and for everything else video games, keep it here at IGN.